Greetings, MGTOW brothers. This is Neo, I believe, and I'm here with a message. I want to talk to you guys about the issue that's been going on in the manosphere and the issue that's been affecting MGTOW lately. That issue is female chameleons. Okay, these conniving, intelligent, backstabbing women who pretend to be MGTOW supporters. They pretend to be female MGTOWs, if you will, or these wigtows, or waltz, or unicorns, whatever the fuck they want to be called. They're conniving bitches. And I know there are some MGTOW who fully support these fake bitches, and that's a scary thing. Because supporting these women who are wearing this mask and carrying this facade of being pro-MGTOW, that's a very blue pill thing to do. Now, I won't name any names, but there is a plethora of short-haired, libtard cunts who are playing this game, this, oh, look at me, I'm one of the MGTOW, but I have tits. And true MGTOW are not falling for any of that shit. This tactic is really not so much as tricking MGTOW as they would hope it would be doing, but it's more showing of who's the true MGTOW and who's the false MGTOW who's just looking for a reason to pussybag. Now, I know this comes off as a video attacking these women, but that's not my intention. I have no intention to bash these women or attack them. I just feel that it's necessary to call them out. These women are very intelligent and very smart, but they're also conniving. They're here for the purpose of only to trick MGTOW into thinking that they are the magical NAWALT unicorns. And this should come as no surprise to any MGTOW. Think of it this way. As more and more men go MGTOW, this means that there are less and less blue pill beta bucks for these women. MGTOW have taken their money individually and have walked off the plantation, right? With that being said, these women are kind of following the money. Now, we know female nature is all about that, going where the money is. If men are taking their money and going MGTOW, maybe these women are following them because maybe they need our money in some strange way. You see, it's becoming too difficult for Cupcake to compete with these minority of blue pill men. Why not follow the MGTOW, pretend to be one of them, pretend to get it and understand MGTOW, and maybe make a few pro-MGTOW videos, you know, ooh, I'm a woman who supports MGTOW. And with this money that MGTOW have taken and gone their own way with, maybe she can extract some donations from that money. There's something going on here. But rest assured, the true MGTOW are not falling for any of the bullshit. You see, women are known to do this all the time, pretending to be one of the boys. This is nothing new. I mean, we've known female nature for years now, before we even took the red pill. Pretending to be one of the boys is what they do. They cannot stand for a man to have male space. So these quote-unquote female MGTOWs and these women who support MGTOW and these, here's a funny one, these anti-feminist women, right, who are supporting MGTOW. They're supporting a bunch of men taking their resources and walking off the plantation, right, okay. They're just conniving tricksters. There's nothing more to it. It's the exact same concept as young women dressing up like little dykes, hanging with the so-called bad boys. You know, loitering outside of 7-Eleven smoking weed, skateboarding in the train station, pretending to be homeless with all the other drug-addicted scavengers. It's the same bullshit, man. Now, if it weren't sad enough that these women are pretending to be female MGTOWs, what's even sadder is that some simpleton pussies are falling for this hook, line, and sinker. These fake-ass female MGTOWs nawalts, unicorns, or wigtows, whatever the fuck they want to be called. They can fool the pussy-starved mama's boys who are masquerading as false MGTOWs, but I see right through that bullshit. But I want all MGTOW to see right through that bullshit. These women are not true. These women they don't give a fuck about MGTOW. They don't give a fuck about men. They don't give a fuck about men who've been oppressed by a gynocentric system. They don't give a fuck. They're just here to fulfill their need to belong. If all the men with a brain are going that way, and these blue pill drones are not giving her the tingles, guess what? She's going to where the men have taken their money and gone their own way. Even if it means she's got to pretend to get what the fuck we've been through. Stop falling for the lies of the conniving, intelligent, snake-like bitch, men. She comes on to the MGTOW channels, she drops a few insults at her fellow women, and some of you are just giving her a standing ovation, thinking she's one of us. That's pathetic. Stop the fucking bullshit. Let me explain to you why I believe she's here to pretend to be a MGTOW. She comes in and drops a few disses against the feminists or women in general, and there are those who don't see past the bullshit, but there's a reason she's doing this. Without putting these female MGTOW on the spot, generally speaking, most of them are kind of the tomboyish, short-haired liberal type, very, I don't want to use the word ugly, but very unattractive, kind of androgynous type of short-haired, weirdo, bookworm loners. These women are not the cream of the crop in the female department. Now, don't you think this alone gives them incentive to drop all these insults against women? These ugly, or should I say, unattractive, short-haired liberal women didn't have their heyday of getting by on their looks. They never had that. And at this point, they never will. So this alone explains these women's rage against women. It all makes sense. Listen, these short-haired, false female MGTOWs have been told their entire life, hey, do what you want, be one of the boys, and when you're ready, you can fall back and some beta male will catch you and spend all his beta bucks on you. They've been told that. So what did these women do? They put all their eggs in one basket. They've gone on their whole lives being these short-haired, loser-type, liberal, four-eyed fuggos. And lo and behold, MGTOW happened. Men got tired of a gynocentric hellhole that we've been living in, and we've taken our money and our resources and walked away. Now these false MGTOWs are going, what happened? I was supposed to find a sucker when I was done being one of the boys. Now I have to do everything on my own. The first thing that they do is lash out, not at MGTOW, although they hate us too. But the first thing they did is lash out at their fellow women, especially the women who spent their youth getting by on their looks. The women who weren't chopping off their hair, the women who weren't skateboarding with the boys, the women who weren't loitering outside of 7-Eleven, smoking weed, trying to be cool, trying to be seen, trying to get attention, trying to be one of the boys. The women who were getting by on their looks in life in their youth, these are the women who these pro-MGTOW women are pissed at. They had their heyday to get by on their looks, and these so-called nawalt pro-MGTOW bitches who are just now coming to YouTube making these MGTOW advice videos and pro-MGTOW videos, they didn't have shit. They're here in MGTOW to beg us to come back and fulfill the lie that she was fed as a child. Oh, little girl, you can just, be one of the boys, go out and play baseball, No, you don't have to be pretty and feminine. No, go out and skateboard. Go out and graffiti with the bad boys. No. When you're ready, there'll be some good men who could just catch you when you fall. And that never happened. So these women are taking out their rage against fellow women. And how are they doing this? They're saying, hey, MGTOW, wait, don't go your own way. Wait, come back. I understand what you're going through. Yeah, hey, some of that money you're taking in resources, how about donating for me? If I make a MGTOW advice, women giving MGTOW advice, or women making pro-MGTOW videos. The jig is up. I want all MGTOW to see that these bitches are so fake. How are they taking out their rage that they didn't have their heyday of getting by on their looks and their vagina? Well, easy. Pretend to be men and say, yeah, fight the system. Yeah, fight the gynocentric system. We'll back you up. Yeah. It doesn't work. It's a game. It's a conniving game. And we MGTOW have to see right through this. Call a spade a spade. See through the bullshit. This all came with the red pill, so I don't understand how some of you are still thinking that these women are on our side. I mean, if you want to be a simpleton who thinks that every time a woman opens her mouth, she's some kind of second coming of Jesus Christ, then be a simpleton, but just turn in your MGTOW badge. MGTOW and white knighting does not go together. If you're a false MGTOW, admit that you are a false MGTOW and leave us true MGTOW be. Some of you false MGTOW want to show your true colors and actually attack a fellow MGTOW brother because he said something that you didn't like against these female chameleons. This has to stop. I mean, if you want to put all your eggs in one basket and rely on these quote-unquote Naywalts, go ahead, turn in your MGTOW badge, and you be the beta sucker that these bitches have been waiting for their whole life. Try that. But do not come here and try to take sides against the same men who have awakened from the Matrix. Now, I don't want this rant to be long. I just had to basically vent and just throw out a whole prescription of red pills on your fucking head. Those true MGTOWs, I salute you. This is not a strike. We're not on strike until bitches get their act together. It's a done deal. Women are a certain way, and MGTOW realize this and have walked away. We're not doing this to pass the time until bitches become bearable again. That's not going to happen. So those of you who need a proverbial mommy, MGTOW's not your answer. You want to play Mr. White Knight your whole life and defend women on the internet, MGTOW is not your answer. If you want to slap the name MGTOW on everything, just like these fake bitch chameleons are doing, slapping MGTOW on their titles for popularity's sake, if you want to join them, then maybe MGTOW's not your answer. As for me, I've taken the red pill, and I have not looked back. I have no regrets. But there are MGTOW like myself who see directly past the bullshit that is created by these female chameleons. What they do is they blend in where their spoiled asses will take them, and bashing feminists seems to be their only tool as far as pretending to be a pro-MGTOW woman. But let me say this short message to these fake women, these chameleons. That message is, we don't need women in MGTOW. We don't need women trespassing in male spaces. Piss off, we'll take it from here. Beware of the female chameleon, brothers. Their thirst is strong. When men left the Matrix and went their own way, and when we left nothing but blue pill manginas for women to choose from in the Matrix, apparently this wasn't good enough for women. Apparently it's MGTOW now who excite these women. Why else would they have followed us away from their gynocentric paradise? Why else would they go out of their way to follow us? Be wise, my MGTOW brothers. These female chameleons are nothing but master manipulators. They've started a business of lying and having a vagina in an age where plenty of men are gullible and undersexed. That's it. They are just manipulative bitches in the right environment and the right time. Please look past this bullshit. You are better than this. Please share your comments below. Let's discuss this issue. Let's resolve this issue. We don't need females in the male space. Thank you, and believe.